Hi, my name is Lou Mahan, and today I will be presenting Yellowstone eruptions. Yellowstone is a national park mostly in Wyoming and parts of Idaho and Montana, with a total of 3,500 square miles. It was the world's first national park, established in 1872. It was established mainly to protect hydrothermal areas and that contain about half the world's active geysers. It has a vast ecosystem, a variety of terrestrial, aquatic, and microbial organisms, and it is home of the supervolcano and has many canyons, plateaus, and mountains, and has an active earthquake system with a bunch of hot springs and steam vents. The significance of Yellowstone is it is home to one of the largest volcanic eruptions ever to occur, and creating the largest known calderas. It has over 10,000 hydrothermal features, over 500 geysers, largest concentration of active geysers in the world. Has numerous sites of petrified trees formed by a series of endistic volcanic eruptions happening about 45 to 50 million years ago. Yellowstone is located on many plate tectonics in constant motion, colliding, pulling apart. One plate is driven beneath another plate, and that is called subduction, and that is mostly happening at Yellowstone. And a quote that I got from one of my articles that I thought that described it better than I could have put it in my own words is, subduction is possible because continental plates are made of less dense rocks, granites, that are more buoyant than oceanic plates, basalts, and thus ride higher than oceanic plates. And at divergent plate boundaries, such as mid-ocean ridges, the upwelling of magma pulls apart from each other and the magma will rise. Current events at Yellowstone, mostly everyone is worried about the supervolcano going to erupt soon, but researchers don't think it is because volcanoes normally only erupt once, really big, and this volcano has erupted 3 times with constant magma lava flow. A couple months ago, Yellowstone had a swarm of over 100 earthquakes in less than 24 hours, and one of the bigger geysers in Yellowstone, called the Giantess Geyser, erupted after being dormant for almost 6.5 years. Researchers say it's due to the recent swarm of earthquakes, but it's normal. It used to happen a lot in Yellowstone, but it hasn't been happening as much. Volcanic eruptions are unpredictable, but Yellowstone supervolcano has erupted 3 times, and normally they only happen once. The supervolcano in Yellowstone is only 5 to 15% molten, meaning the rest is solidified. So that means that it's going to be some time until it actually blows up, because the magma is still mostly hard. So, Yellowstone eruptions, the last Yellowstone eruption happened 70,000 years ago, and the first eruption happened in over 2.1 million years ago, and that volcano erupts normally every 600,000 to 800,000 years, and we are not going to see that volcano erupt anytime soon. Yellowstone is mostly rhyolite and basalt lava flows after the large caldera forming event. The largest eruption happening between 2.1 million and 640,000 years ago, covering most of the western half of Northern America. It caused 1/3 of a meter deep thick of ash, wind carrying sulfur and other carbon and dangerous gases, a huge decrease in global temperatures, almost going into an ice age, and creating a huge crater known as a caldera, measuring 80 kilometers long, 65 kilometers wide, and 100 meters deep. Types of volcanoes. Volcanoes are determined by their eruption style, composition, and structure. There are stratovolcanoes, also known as composite volcanoes. They're mainly very big mountains that are made up of layers of lava flows with sand or gravel, like cinders, also known as ash. The shield volcanoes, they look like a shield, and they're very obvious, can be hundreds of miles across, is characterized by gentle upper slopes, mostly composed of thin lava flows built up over a central vent. Calderas, both strato and composite and shield, can lose their tops after a huge explosion and create a crater, and is defined larger than 1.5 miles in diameter and range up to 15 miles wide, with huge depressions, like Yellowstone. Also can cause supervolcano that stores a huge amount of magma under a caldera that explodes to cause another super eruption, like what could happen at Yellowstone, but is not likely. And then you have cinder cone volcanoes that are composed of loose, grainy cinders, typically of basaltic and andesitic material, and almost no lava. Small volcanoes that are steep and have a crater on the top. And then I have a picture on my presentation of types of volcanoes and impacts. If Yellowstone erupted today in America, the chances of Yellowstone supervolcano erupting is very low, but if it did, it would kill thousands and thousands of people all across the country, all across the world, killing all crops, buildings, people. Ash clouds covering miles and miles, thousands of miles. Decrease of global temperatures, dangerous amounts of sulfur, carbon, and more gases. In Virginia, we would see ash covering ranging from 1 to 3 millimeters thick. Carbon in the air, be able to feel the eruption, earthquake, and decrease in temperature. Questions that I would like to ask is, what is it called when one tectonic plate moves under another plate? What is a caldera? And then what would happen if Yellowstone were to erupt? And I got my works cited. Thank you. Have a good day.